Okay, we're using bikehike.co.uk, very old web browser app for creating GPX files. It's been around for many years and it has some real unique features, but it's extremely manual. You should be able to see that on the screen we've got two map systems. The one on the right is Ordnance Survey, and the one on the left is the Open Street Maps. And as we zoom in, you can see that it actually changes. Bottom right hand corner, there's some very basic settings here that enable you to use it. The key ones I would say is follow road on or off. By default that's turned on, but you might actually want to turn that off. And let's have a look, see if we can find some paths or something here. Okay, right, so we got some paths here. So we're starting at Abergavenny Station. We can see there's a path here, so we click and we literally just click in turn. Now, Bike Hike doesn't have any auto snap to route like some of the other apps has, but as you can see, we can zoom in a bit here on the right hand side on the Ordnance Survey map. We're just creating the route by clicking on the line. And if you click off the line, it will go offline. So it's really completely and utterly manual. There is an undo facility. You can undo it, go back. Just keep plotting your route. Other things that you've got which are really neat, there's a couple of features on there I really like. One of them is the reverse route. That's pretty straightforward. It does. You can see that the red is usually the end, and if we go over here, the green is the start. And if you reverse it, it just reverses the route. So that's a really nice little feature. Another thing I really like is cut to the end. I don't know many others that actually have this feature, which is really nice, especially if you've got a really long route. Click on cut to the end, click on the point, get the little finger on the route, and it just cuts it back, which is really neat. There are other features and bits and pieces in here, more advanced features, but those that I've just showed you here are what I really like about this one. And at times I still come back to this because if you want complete and utter manual control, I don't think there's anything better than Bike Hike. And in particular, it's because it shows two mapping systems side by side. And you will see differences between what's on the map on the Ordnance Survey compared to the OpenStreetMaps, and that's because Ordnance Survey is the definitive map and it shows you the legal rights of way, whereas OpenStreetMaps has everything actually on there. So it has lots of footpaths and tracks on there, and it also has lots of other metadata as well, which some of the more advanced apps can make use of. But when it comes to using Bike Hike, if you want simple creation of GPX files, I don't think there's anything better because I really like the fact you've got those two map systems side by side because it's really nice to actually compare them. Because Ordnance Survey has its own unique features, and so has OSM. Many of the other applications have the ability to turn the layers on or off, and you're constantly switching between the layers. But this is better because you've actually got the two side by side. When you finish your route, it's then a matter of actually saving it. So you click on save, and I always save it as a GPX track and give it a name, whatever you want. I usually give it some sort of indication of the distance, and then a name that's descriptive. I don't worry too much about the speed and other bits and pieces. You can load it directly to the GPS, but again, I find I just download the actual file. So click download, save as dialog box comes up. I've got a unique folder into which I put my GPX files. I click on save, and that has actually created my GPX file, which I can then go and load into Garmin Connect, and then either load it directly to my watch if it's just for me, or I can make it shareable by making it public and then create a link, which I can then share the links. And the link I normally share is via Google Calendar or also in Strava Club events as well. So I hope that's useful.